what does the scripture say? Be careful.
Yeah.
Lest you devour one another.
That's right.
Because I think I grew up in a household that, we could beef, loud, strong and wrong.
Yeah.
And then in the next instant, where y'all want to go eat?
And I grew up in a household where it's like, problems? What problems? Let's go eat.
And these two people get married, right? And these two people get married. And so I learned that, because I had a mouth on me when we first got married. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You did have a mouth on you.
I did.
But you just knew how to use it. You knew exactly how to I
tell you what, this is what I see. Yeah. And this is what I won't be doing anymore.
But in retrospect, those are the places where we had to decide, okay, that's a place that we can't go to.
Right.
In disagreeing. We can disagree. We can strongly disagree.
And that place looked different for each of us. Yours would be more passive aggressive. Mm-hmm. Mine was just more overtly aggressive.
Yes.
And we learned how to not push each other's buttons so that we could actually resolve the conflict. Because here's the thing. One of the things we realized is that the Lord, if he calls two people to marriage, then he has intended for marriage to be a part or to be a tool of sanctification for them.
Right.
And so conflict is actually not wrong. Mm-hmm. Conflict is going to arise, and I think it's the resolving of that conflict that brings some healing, that brings some sanctification. And so, it's like whenever you have a situation where two people know each other so well and are mirrors to one another, you can see all the things up close.
Absolutely.
And those things are going to come into play in relationship. And so we learn to not despise the fact that there was conflict,
right,
and to figure out how to speak to one another in it so that when the conflict was resolved, because we also resolved to never get divorced. Yeah. And so it was like, well, you stuck with me. So we have to figure this out some kind of way.
Yeah.
And so we figured out how to have a whole person on the other side of this marriage when that conflict was resolved.
That's right. That wholeness on the other side is like, if you, anyone, and this isn't just limited to marriage, this is any relationship, any friendship, any work, any of that. If you are expecting on the other end of this conflict to have as whole of an individual or as whole of a partner as you possibly can have, you better be very careful
how you
navigate this disagreement season, disagreement moment, because you can't just say and do whatever you want to do and expect on the other end, and then we're going to be okay. Because you might end up having caused more damage than the disagreement itself, just because you didn't fight fair.
Yeah, you slice and dice, then when you're done, you're going to have a spouse that's been sliced and diced.
And you're going to have to bandage that up.
You're going to have to bandage that up.
Yeah.
So save yourself some work.
Yes, right.